Welcome to Divine Earth School, the place where high achievers and spiritual seekers come to embody, explore, and express their divinity, where I talk all things health, wellness, life, business, and spirituality. So let's dive in. Hello, 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 Mosaic Souls. Hey, Mosaic Souls, this is Rachael Alexander, artist and Mosaic Soul mentor, aka transformational life, wellness, and business coach. And today I wanted to talk about three things that could possibly be blocking your abundance or your levels of receiving abundance. And so when I talk about abundance on Thrive Thursdays, it's really about talking about money. We're talking about abundance in all areas. I believe that abundance is beyond just money. You can have abundance of love, you can have abundance of health, you can have abundance of material things, you can have abundance of many things. So abundance and just is just the concept of having a lot of, right? And then also wealth and all of that good stuff. So I wanted to share this because I was so excited and just sort of implementing and integrating something into my own life that I wanted to share this in helping those of you who are looking to create more abundance in your own life and actually experiencing that on a day-to-day basis. So let's talk about this. So the first thing is a lot of times when we think about having an abundance of whatever, money, love, good relationships, or, freedom, joy, creativity, whatever it is that you're looking to create more abundance of. One of the things the first thing that a lot of people kind of struggle with in this area is the first thing that prevents you from experiencing high levels of abundance is guilt, okay? And guilt is a huge thing that a lot of people don't realize that they have, especially in our society where you're taught to, well, not always, it depends on where you grew up, but a lot of times, especially if you grew up like a Christian, like I grew up as a Christian, it's sort of, what's that quote from the Bible? Something about the meek shall inherit the earth or something like that. But I think a lot of times that's kind of taken out of context as though like meek means poor, or meek means people who don't have a lot, or meek means people who are in lack, right? So in my own personal experience and just talking to a lot of people, a lot of times when you're not receiving the level of abundance that you desire in your life, there's some aspect of you that feels guilty about the desires that you have, right? So whether that desire is, you want more money, or you want to have a specific type of relationship, or let's say, a lot of my clients who come to me have like everything that's checked off, got the husband, got the kids, got the car, got the house, da 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 da, and then they feel guilty for wanting more. Like technically on the outside looking in, I have everything that I am supposed to have, and I'm still not happy or whatever. And so they feel guilty for wanting more, right? Whatever level you're at, right? It's understanding that you can't really receive abundance if you feel guilty about your desires, right? Any desire that arises from your heart is like divine, right? Like you're a divine being. So wanting more or having a desire, I like to use the word desire versus want, because wanting has this sort of longing thing to it, whereas a desire is more so pure and sort of like source wanting something to like be made manifest, whether it be through you or another individual. So when the desire arises and it's pure, to me, it's a signifying factor that one, it's from source. So how could it be, dirty, wrong, bad, or, whatever. And two, if you're joining me live, feel free to say hi. And two, if it's from source, then how could I, feel bad or wrong for like wanting this thing in my life, right? So the first thing that I see that happens is that we don't give ourselves permission to want the things that we want, right? I had a coach once, and she helped me really with this a lot when she was like, what did she say? She was saying something along the lines of, all women, she teaches a lot about luxury living and stuff like that. And she was like, a lot of times people, deny themselves what they want because they'll say things like, oh yeah, what I'm totally fine with, riding coach, or I'm totally fine with, my Honda Civic and da 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 da. And it's not always about materialism, but it's easier to talk about those things because that's the thing the world that we live in. We live in a material world, right? But one of the things she was saying, but if anybody had the chance to upgrade and they were like, we're giving free free seats to first class, people would jump at that opportunity, right? So I love the way she said that, because she's basically saying the whole premise of it was allow yourself to want both and, right? Instead of this idea that you have to sacrifice what you desire in your life, right? Like you don't have to sacrifice, you can have both and versus the either or mentality, shifting your mentality from either or to both and, right? That's the first tip. The first thing that prevents you from receiving abundance. The second thing is shame, right? So guilt and shame are cousins, right? So shame, guilt is more so about having the desire, rather where shame is like, maybe you feel ashamed of where you are at this time, and so you feel like you can't seek out or get help, or feeling ashamed for something that you did to a loved one or something, whatever it is. It could be shame around money. It could be shame around an action that you've taken. It could be shame around your career. It could be shame around not achieving certain things, or not having a relationship, or being single, or whatever, having failed, quote unquote, I don't believe in failure, but having failed relationships in the past or whatever, right? So shame is one of the second thing that can really prevent abundance from flowing into your life. So really just this tip in letting go of the shame is really coming to yourself with the same level of love and compassion that you would a 3-year-old, right? Like if you had a 3-year-old kid and they like fell down and scraped their knee, you wouldn't yell at the kid and be like, "You're such a dumb kid. Why would you do that?" Right? Like you'd be like, "Oh no, it's okay, Johnny. It's okay, Sarah," whatever. And you would nurture them and help them realize that it's okay, right? Like it's okay that you made this mistake. It's okay, blah, blah, blah. Same situation with shame, right? In whatever area you're feeling like, guilty or shameful around whatever it is, no audio. Oh, okay, because I'm like, oh, you're so welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm glad that, okay, so you can hear me. Okay, good. I was about to say, oh, shoot. Okay. So yeah, so bringing compassion and self-love is one of the things that can help you release the shame, right? So the first one is guilt, the second one is shame, the third one is blame, right? And so this kind of shows up when you're not taking 100% responsibility for your life. So on this channel, I say that we are the divine creators or co-creators or whatever, manifestors of our own lives, right? So if you are not like taking like full responsibility for your life, or you're blaming, your parents, you're blaming your mom, you're blaming your boss, you're blaming your spouse, you're blaming your children, whatever, you're blaming people outside of you, or maybe you might even be blaming yourself, right? An older version of you, right? So when we are in the blame game, you can't receive abundance when you're coming at yourself hard, or you're coming at others, because one, you're not taking full responsibility for your life, or two, you're making yourself feel guilty, going back to the first one, for some decision that you made in the past, and not coming into this present moment, recognizing that each present moment is a gift, because each present moment is a new moment that you can shift your energy and shift your vibration to a vibration that is in alignment with who you desire to be and what you desire to have and experience. You see what I'm saying? So those are really the three things that really block you from receiving abundance. And I want to talk about a fourth tip. And this is really the fourth thing is really just your consciousness level, right? On a day-to-day basis. I think I can't remember his name. Dr. Hawkins, who wrote the book Power versus Force, came up with that energetic scale, right? The vibration scale, where fear and guilt and shame are like the very low part of the scale, and love and peace and enlightenment are the highest vibration you could be, or whatever. And so one of the things about that is understanding that when you're always vibrating at a low level, right, in shame or guilt or blame or all that energy, you can't really allow abundance to flow, because you're not a vibrational match, right? So this is the law of attraction 101, right? We live in a universe where it's sort of a mirror principle, in the sense that what you put out is what you get back. Also sort of a portal principle too, is like whatever you can't receive or shift your energy to create health and well-being, or to create abundance, and whatever form you're looking to create abundance, if your level of consciousness is always vibrating at a lower state of frequency. You see what I'm saying? So if you're always in the shame or fear or guilt or whatever, then being able to access abundance and tap into an abundance of love, an abundance of joy, an abundance of wealth, an abundance of money, an abundance of whatever it is, health, vitality, it's going to be hard for you to receive that because your consciousness level is always at a low frequency, right? And this just is really just conditioning, right? And shifting your state of being to where your new modus operandi is that you're constantly aware of who you are and what you're being. And it's not in a sense of, oh, what am I feeling? Oh no, I felt guilt and shame. I'm bad. Oh, bad me. It's not that. It's not that. It's more so, how can I explain it? It's when you become conscious and aware that you just begin to embody the love or above frequency. You begin to embody peace. You begin to embody joy. You begin to embody, creativity. You begin to embody wealth, right? Those energetic frequencies become your new modus operandi because this is something that you've worked on, right? You've shifted your consciousness, and not worked in the sense of you have to work or be, but like you've just taken the time to do self-reflection, taken the time to do self-awareness such that you can create this level of consciousness in your life, which helps you to sort of eliminate those other three blocks that I shared. So let me know in the chat or comments below if this resonates with you. And I want to do a quick recap. The 3 plus a bonus tip is 1, guilt is one of the things that blocks you from experiencing and receiving abundance. 2, shame. And 3, blame. And the 4th one is your consciousness level, your level of consciousness, right? So I just wanted to get on here and share this because it was so exciting because as I was doing my meditation today, I had released something that I didn't even know was there. And I was like, oh crap, this is potent. I got to share this. So yeah, let me know if in the comments below, what are one of the things that maybe you need to release in your own life to allow more abundance in whatever area you're looking to receive abundance. So 1, what is the thing, one of the 3 or 4 things that I talked about? Share in the comments below. And then also the area in your life that you're looking to receive more abundance. I would really love to hear from you guys. And as always, flow with what feels good and let go of what doesn't, because you are divine. You are a divine being, and your soul knows exactly what you've come to explore, express, and experience. So remember, what you conceive is what you'll receive, what you expect is what you'll get, and however you feel is what will become real for you. So vibrate higher, and I will chat with you guys next time. Peace, love, and light.